do an elbow tape, and this is a combination of two different kinds of tape. You would probably never do both of these at the same time, but you're gonna learn how to do both together, okay? So you're gonna need your regular 1.5 inch athletic tape, which you've been using to tape the ankle, and then some new tapes that you're not used to. These are called power tape, okay? They stick to themselves, and they stick to Power Flex, which is the red stuff, okay? They don't stick to anything else. They're not adhesive. It's not sticky at all. All right, so this is 1.5 inch. This is 2 inch power tape. This is 2 inch Power Flex, and this is 1.5 inch athletic tape. This is what you're gonna need. Now, you've got Power Flex in your desk, so you've got plenty of this. You'll have to use the power tape that's up here. I've got a bunch of these end rolls that I'm gonna use to tape his elbow, so I'll have to use several pieces of it, but it's all the 2 inch Power Flex. You want to go from middle of the way down the forearm, so about right here, to middle of the way on the upper arm, so about right here. So your tape, your red Power Flex should span something like that, okay? Now, you have to tell them to make a fist. If you don't, you'll cut off circulation. So make a fist. They need to keep that held the whole time. You can have them push into your chest so they don't have to hold their arm up. That helps a little bit. You want to pull this stuff out and take some of the stretch, back out of it, because it'll stretch pretty far, and then wrap it. Because if you do it full tension, you're going to cut off circulation, and that you'll have to have it cut off. Okay, always overlap by half. And again, I'm just going to try to use these end rolls up. You should have a brand new roll that you can use. Doesn't have to be exact, you just need to get a close estimate. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is give him some support on the left and right, the medial and lateral sides. This would be if they had a sprain on either side of the elbow joint and it's loose or lax. So we're going to give him some stability this way. We're going to do what's called a Schmitty fan. And there's two ways you can make one of these. You're going to use the 2 inch for that. The first one that we're going to do, it doesn't really matter if they're straight or bent, so just kind of get them in somewhat of a neutral position. The first one I'm going to do with you is I'm going to show you how to do it on them. Okay, so the first one just goes right down the middle. It should cross the elbow, right over the medial collateral ligament. Power tape came off. Yeah. Hmm? Alright, now you notice how it just sticks to the Power Flex. Okay, the other thing you need to remember when you're doing this is you have to have them in a palm up position. If you do this in this position, you think you're taping the side of the elbow and you're actually taping on top. You can't do that. You gotta be on the side, okay? Now you're just gonna make an X pattern right here. So it's still gonna hinge right in the middle, but you're just gonna make an X over that first one that you did. The good thing about power tape is that it's a lot stronger than regular athletic tape, and you don't really have to worry about wrinkles in it because of the Power Flex that's underneath. But that's pretty much a fan, the Schmitty fan you're making on this side. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to show you the other way to do it, which is measure it and then make it on the table. So you can do it a little bit faster sometimes this way. So you make your fan, and then all you have to do is lay it on. Okay, either way is fine. I don't care which way you do it. As long as you get the fan on there and you got it over where the elbow hinges. Okay, now this part's going to be done in a kind of a straight arm position. Now from here, we would use our 1.5 inch tape. If this was the only thing we were doing, we would use our 1.5 inch tape to close this off up here and down here. But since you're doing an additional tape with this, we'll do this at the end, okay? The next thing we're gonna do, so this is taping for the lateral and medial ligaments, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is for a hyperextension injury, okay? They got forced into hyperextension, it hurts them to get in this position, so we need to tape them in a flex position so they can't recreate that, okay? And they can still play. So we need to have them bent about like this, okay? So not quite 90 degrees, but they're gonna be in an elbow flexion position. And for this, we need to put our 1.5 inch athletic tape that's adhesive on the arm, okay? And so you need to get them in a neutral position first and just put this down so that the power tape that we're gonna put on top of it can't stick. So I made it a little too long, so let's do this. Let's just do it like that. Okay, you got plenty of tape space up here and down here, okay, but the middle of it is blanked out with this white athletic tape, and I'll show you why we're doing that in just a second. So you just want 3 or 4 pieces, just enough to make sure that that's all blanked out, okay, right in the middle. So you gotta leave a little bit of space, okay? Now we're gonna use our 2 inch tape, have them bend. And the 2 inch tape, remember it only sticks to power tape or power flex. That's gonna be going from here to here, okay? So we need to measure this distance, but we want it to go a little bit long so that we can fold the edges over. Okay, so I'm gonna go to about right here. And I'm just gonna put about 4 pieces of tape on top of itself. Alright, so I have them in this bent position. I've got a really thick strip of tape, power tape. Okay, I'm gonna lay it on the elbow, and it's gonna be long, just like that. And I wanna try to press that down on the spot that's not blanked out so that it'll stick. Okay, from here we're gonna use our 1.5 inch tape to anchor it down. We're just gonna do 1 strip. You have to make sure that they stay in this bent position when you do this. Okay, now from here I can fold this down, and I can fold this down. Really kind of helps to secure that in. Alright, and now I'm going to do another couple of anchors on top. I'm using this 1.5 inch power tape to anchor this down. And I'll do a couple of anchors down here. And you should have a little bit of a gap in here where this power tape can't stick to it. You don't want the power tape to stick, so it'll be slightly open. But this is all anchored down. So we've combined 2 tape jobs. We've got stability on left and right, okay, medial and lateral. We've got prevention of hyperextension, and now when he tries to relax, he's got some support from that anchor that we put on there, okay? That's all you're doing. Stop it.